Here's the correct solution, times by 2 times by 5, and then you ended up getting the y is the same by doing that. Now there's a really nice mistake coming up in a second, so look out for this bit here. That bit there's spot on, and then 23, I'm assuming this person's used a calculator. You know, worst case scenario, you're writing out the 23 times table going down the page, but it takes ages, and you don't want to, you don't want to be doing that ideally. Okay, so that works out being x equals 7. From there, I'm expecting to see the words sub x equals 7 in 1. We know from last lesson when we did our live marking that gets us a mark for that statement there. Subbing in the 7, getting the 42 off each side, 5y equals 10, divided by 5y equals 2. Okay, so that was a really, really, really good example of how to do it correctly. This was one of the mistakes that I saw. Okay, now I'm interested in your groups if you can work out what you think the mistake is and how we could help this person not make that mistake again. So over to you for 20 seconds max. Discuss with the person next to you. It doesn't matter whose work this is. We don't know whose work it is. Just tell us what the mistake is. Okay then, Tree, Di, and Ian. Anyone think they got the mistake? Ellie? Didn't if you actually look at these answers here, yeah, that's really, really well spotted. They've identified you need to do this cross multiplying, but look, 6 and 6, 7 and 7, they should have switched round. Would you have done that anyway? Would you have done the 6 and the 7? I wouldn't, because they're big numbers. It makes the question harder. There's one that was done very, very, very similar here. So here, what was the mistake here? Again, have 10, 15 seconds. You won't spot the mistake. I thought it was very similar to the last one. See if you can spot it. I agree with Charlie first of all. Yes, they've used the big numbers. There's another mistake in there somewhere. Can you spot it? Someone got it then? Do you want to do the honours, Deborah? Yeah, they've got rid of the x's and y's. That needs to stay there. That's why this person's found it hard to carry on from here. That should be 42x and 12y there. And then because the 42 is the same, from there, provided they've done 52 times 7, say in a calculator, and worked out what that was, so it is whatever it is, you could have actually solved it from there. But because they put the x and y's, this person's just gone don't know what I'm doing. Okay? So I thought those were quite interesting mistakes. I think it all boils down for me from what Charlie said. Using the bigger numbers makes it harder. Don't bother using them. This mistake was really interesting because, as you can see, I've got a load of them. Okay, they're all pretty much the same mistake, this one here. Okay, can you spot it? Give you 10, 15 seconds again. Can you spot the mistake? There's a load of them came in on this as well, about 5 or 6 of them. As if they're all on the same table. Anyone got it? Not bragging, but I know what it is. You're on fire today. Well done. Yeah, Charlie's got it. Mistake is here. This is fine. This is fine. That's worth a mark. Then starting to get these the same. Brilliant. And then it's this line here. That's fine. That's fine. Why is the plus y there? That's the mistake. From there, it's no wonder that they couldn't go on solving. You can't. When there's two separate letters, you can't solve something, so you're bound to freeze up, and I offered zero help during this, so that's why they didn't get any further. Okay, what I would have liked to have seen, worst case scenario, if this happens to anyone again, think, I can't have 2 letters in, and just try and show that you know what you're doing. If you put in divide by 23 there, you're pretty much picking up another mark just from doing that line there. It's really important to try and get as much writing on one of these papers as possible. Okay, and what's the mistake here on this one? Any ideas? Quiet on this one. Ben, any ideas? No? I like the fact they did that, but they didn't do 3 take away 4. They should have done 4 take away 3, and that's what they have done. So they've done 35 take away 12 to get just normal 23x there. Okay? The answer is there is no mistake with this. Okay? The thing that this person had is they just ran out of time. Okay? But it's a case of you needing to look back in your books and jog in your memory, and etc., etc. Okay? My favourite mistake overall, that one there. Why do you think that's my favourite? Any ideas why? Yeah, I think it's got 2 really, really classic mistakes in there for me. They've done the bigger numbers, which makes it harder. We said that straight away, and they forgot to swap them. Okay, so that's my favourite mistake. Let's try and make sure we avoid that in the rest of the lesson then, okay?